Hello everybody and welcome to the video. I am Shadows Rain and you are awesome. Today we are going to be talking about marksman rifles and including the M67 in that list. So we're going to be talking about all the marksman rifles, why you should be using them if you're not already, and what they offer in a game of Warzone. So if you do like the video, make sure you hit that like button, and if you're new here, consider subscribing, helps us out a lot. But with that being said, let's get right into the video. So the M67 will be included in this list, so if I talk about marksman rifles, just remember that that is in there too. I'm not putting the SPP FAL in there, purely because it's not really a marksman rifle, it's a pocket FAL, and to say it's not, you're lying to yourself. So, let's talk about the marksman rifles. They are a brilliant intermediary, and by that, I mean it covers the edge of assault rifle range really well, up until sniper ranges. So that gap where it's just a bit too far for your assault rifle, and it's a bit too close for a sniper rifle, that range it really excels at. But it can also excel in sniper ranges as well. If you know that they're using a bolt action rifle and they miss, you can really put some follow-up damage on them, and it's really fun to do so. Speaking of shooting at people at range, it has an excellent time to kill at range. Bear in mind that you're going to be missing shots of assault rifles. Bear in mind that your sniper rifles, if you miss and don't kill, you are extremely vulnerable to a marksman rifle. And the fact that some of these can do some of them can do over 150 damage with a headshot is absolutely mental. Some can one-tap you with a headshot too. It's huge. Marksman rifles at range are really underrated, and in the middle of Season 5, at the start of Season 5, they did get a extremely large range buff. So, with all that being said, use these at range, they're very good. Now, this range is going to go up to the sniper areas, and you want to be using this pretty much from 50 meters onwards. If you do use like smaller builds, so say for example you're not using scopes, you're using like iron sights or you're using dot sights, then you can probably get away with 30 meters, but 50 meters onwards is going to be where these weapons truly excel, because that's when assault rifles usually, most of them are pretty much dropped off at that point in terms of their damage. They're usually doing their lowest amount of damage now at that range, unless it's something daft like an Odin. So yeah, these weapons are perfect for ranged squad fights. So what I mean by that is if you're like fighting a team on a rooftop, or you're shooting down on a team from stadium and like across in the forests, then it's going to be brilliant if you've got a teammate with a sniper, because what you can do is that you can put out a lot of support damage. If you're hitting someone with an EBR, you'll be hitting them, if you hit them in the stomach, for 68 damage. That is huge. If you do them in the chest, again, 68 damage. Well, it might not exactly be 68, but you know what I mean. It's in that region, I believe, 68 or 67. Also, if you hit the head, it's going to be in excess of 167 damage, and that is mental. So all that means is that a sniper just needs to hit them once. If a sniper hits them once before you hit them, they're only going to take a shot or two to kill at the most, providing that he's actually hit them cleanly. And that is absolutely mental, the fact that you can drop someone in one shot or two shots potentially with these marksman rifles, SKS, EBR, M67 AMAX. So long as someone's hit them, they're brilliant. And what they're also very good at as well is if a sniper downs somebody, you can get a finish very easily. You can wipe that person out. They don't have to waste 2 or 3 shots trying to finish them off with them bobbing up and down. You can just put that sustained pressure out, keep on shooting them, and then your sniper can worry about a more active target, which is very important. So yeah, I love using this gun when I'm playing with Ginger Fox, or if I'm playing with Rue and they're using the snipers. Turn up button, they use a lot of snipers. That's when I tend to whip out an EBR. If I'm playing with more of a Hexy or a Seagoon fan, I'm going to be using my shotguns more often. But if I've got like a sniper team, I like to be using the EBR if I can. Of course, usually sometimes I'll be rocking a shotgun anyway, just if I feel like it, depends on the map. But excellent option, especially in ranged team fights. Make sure you use them in those situations. Also, Odins are quite good in that situation as well. Just pop off a little bit of damage so your snipers can get easier kills. But EBRs, SKSs, Kar 98s, R700s, they will be doing a lot of damage and will be very well followed up on. The next is that it is often a 1 or 2 shot to the head. The EBR will two-tap anybody from any range if you get 2 clean headshots on them. Now, a lot of the time snipers are going to be prone and the head's the only thing you can hit. Hit them twice, which is very easy to do, believe it or not. then you've dropped them. They're already out the fight. Then one headshot in the down state, you've completely killed them. They're extremely fun to use. An SKS, similar story, 2-3 headshots will kill someone outright, and with the rate of fire you get with the SKS, that is quite huge. Also, the car will drop in one headshot. The R700 will drop in one headshot. The crossbow will drop anyone with a headshot, no matter what bolt they're using. We'll get a little bit more into that later on. But yeah, if you can land the headshots with the Marksman Rifle, you are rewarded loads compared to what you would be, say, an assault rifle or a submachine gun. Obviously, if you hit someone with a normal sniper rifle, they're going to get dropped. But it's quite hard to hit headshots on a moving target when you've got one shot at a time. When you've got multiple shots at a time, you can just follow up and miss straight away. Very, very easy to hit headshots. Next is that the fact that they're extremely fun to use. Marksman rifles are so fun to use, and if you're not using them, why? Like, when you use them, it's a bit like using a shotgun for the first time. It's a bit like wall banging someone with the SPP foul rounds. It's fun. You get a buzz from it. You know, it feels different. It's brilliant. And it is quite fun getting someone with loads of these kills. And actually, to be fair, although it's extremely fun, it is actually a more aggressive sniper rifle. You're taking fights at range more often than I actually do a sniper rifle. And yeah, you end up getting more kills off them, be it either you're shooting down a weakened foe, as we mentioned earlier. But yeah, me using Marksman rifles actually ends up in me using high kill games. So that's really good. Next, we are going to move on to the fact that they are underrated but really effective. So, as we mentioned there, you can do amazing damage, especially when in combination with a team, or even if you're just taking it into solos or duos. You just need a tiny bit damage into them and they're already dead. It's a fantastic third-party choice. It's a fantastic third-party choice because if you know that there's a sniper battle going on and someone's got hit, but then that person then kills the person shooting at them, often it's just going to be one tap to the head and they're dead. Simple as that. I'm going to put that on a shirt. One tap to the head and they're dead. But yeah, use it like that. Use it very good. So if you're going to be approaching a third party, lead with your Marksman Rifle, and more often than not, you will be dropping people in 1 or 2 shots if they've got their armor cracked, which more often than not they do in a third party. But yeah, they're extremely fun. Next is that you have the crossbow in this list as well. Crossbow is a really fun weapon. It's a really unique weapon. Now, this is probably the hardest one to use in the list of Marksman Rifles, but you do get a payoff for that. If you use the explosive bolt, if you down someone, you have killed them regardless if they can get revived or not. So if they've done, say for example, you get like a good chest shot or you get a headshot, you are dropping your foe, and the explosion from the explosive tip will kill them from down state. So you will be downing someone and killing them while downed with 1 bullet. Talk about value. Of course, we do need to talk about the fact that Marksman Rifles do use the sniper ammo, so you will be burning through that more quickly than what you would be a normal sniper rifle. However, you can use them at so much more aggression. You can really lead a fight with a Marksman Rifle, which is what I often do. If you're a long time subscriber to the channel, you've seen me do it loads of times. So, you know, just bear that in mind. It's worth having all the ammo. It's worth running a munitions box. It's worth getting a shotgunner to pick up sniper ammo. It is absolutely worth that, having less bullets. Obviously, less bullets isn't ideal, and that's where the M67 becomes a little bit more of a popular choice because that uses the assault rifle ammo, but still, it's worth the payoff. Obviously, I wouldn't like it to be, but it is worth the payoff. So yeah, get it used. And the next point I want to get onto really is that they're really fun late game. And not only fun, but really effective late game. I would actually go as far to say is brilliant late game. So when I say late game, I mean round 5 onwards, when there's usually no more than 10 squads left, give or take. You know how round 5 circles are, depending on where they are. And what you'll find is that you usually find teams like either camping like the one building in there, or maybe you're in the building and you got good sight lines out. It's a lot more, and people are a bit too close to be rocking that sniper out, and you've sat there and it's a range where your assault rifle or your submachine gun's a bit hit markery. This is where Marksman Rifle really shines. And in late circles, Marksman Rifles completely tear up opponents. And if you don't believe me, even if you don't use a Marksman Rifle, equip it. And if you want to use your assault rifle or your submachine gun until you get to round 5, do that if it makes you feel comfortable. But when you get to that stage, rock out your EBR, rock out your SKS, because these guns are going to start really performing in these later circles, because it's in the range where they are doing really well. Other people can't be taking their snipers out against you because they are, again, anxious that it's a bit too close, and they're going to be peppering you with shots from their assault rifles at a range that maybe shouldn't be. So yeah, absolutely punish them, get a cheeky headshot, down the bitch, win the game, love life. And then what I want to get into as well is that it offers more versatility in your class setups. So by that I mean, when I'm rocking EBR, I can actually get away with using a SCAR, not a SCAR, sorry, a AUG with the assault rifle rounds on it, just because I can. Like, I'm quite comfortable with my EBR at 30 meters onwards, whereas a lot of people might say they need to use it at 60 meters onwards. That's fine. But when you get comfortable with these marksman rifles, you can start making the ranges closer that you take your fights. So you might start using them at only 100 meters plus, and then maybe it's 80 you'll start taking them at. And then you'll start getting to 50 meters. That's when you start thinking, right, I'd prefer me marksman rifle here over any assault rifle. And then when you start getting into the 30, 25 range, that's when you start absolutely beasting people with these rifles. Now, of course, when you get under 30 meters, that's when a foul's going to be starting to really be more beneficial. But yeah, look, you will get used to using these ranges, and because you get used to using this gun at closer ranges, more comfortable doing it, you're happy to take out an SMG, which can actually massacre people quicker than most submachine guns can at close range. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Obviously the AS Val is basically a submachine gun now, so you can equip that if you want more bullets and use that as a submachine gun, which isn't a bad shout, but that's how I feel about it. But how do you guys feel about marksman rifles? Let me know in the comment section below, and remember, if you did like the video, make sure you hit that like button below. It helps us out massively. And if you are new here and you do like the general discussion that we have, we upload loads of different types of videos. We are the A1A, and this is what we do. So if you want to be subscribed and be part of the A1A, get yourself subscribed. We're nearly at 200 subs now, and that is huge considering we've only been around for a couple of months. So yeah, until then, I am Shadows Rain, and remember, you are awesome, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.